Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. We have a musical guest today. Rose Starring is on the show with us. Welcome, Rose. And we're going to talk about the best revenge is a life well lived. One of my favorite quotes and thought processes, because that is absolutely the truth. And she's going to perform for us today. Welcome, Rose. How's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am great. I'm very excited to have you on. I loved your bio. I loved all of the stuff that you can check out on rosestarring.com. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. As we talked before we went live, the audience loves the origin story. They want to know all about you and your journey to get to being a professional entertainer, singer, performer. So give them a little 411 on you.
Well, the first time I remember getting into music, or like the origin story that my parents like to tell, is that I was in church and I wanted to go join the choir. I was like 5, and they were like, yeah, go ask if you can join, thinking they would say no. And they were like, sure. And ever since then, I was like in my little Barbie shirt, like performing solos at the church. And that's how I got started.
So did your parents have a musical background, or is this something that you just realized, this is what I want to do, I have a talent for it?
On my dad's side of the family, we have some musicians. Like my great grandma played piano. She was a great pianist. And my dad plays guitar, but he's like has deathly like stage fright. So he would always play guitar and like have me sing with him. And so I was the one who had the performing gene.
Yeah, he didn't want to be front and center.
No.
So when did you realize, so growing up, that's one thing to be in choir, but when did you realize, hey, this is something that I want to actually do? This is either my life's work or my passion, and I really, really want to hone my craft and make it something as an adult?
Honestly, I feel like it's something that was always there, but I also always had heard like, don't try and be a musician. It's a really hard career and stuff. So I tried to like push it down. But I went through a bunch of majors in college and I was like, I can't do this. I need to sing. Like, I need to make music. And so I ended up transferring to MTSU and like majoring in music industry. And that was like me finally being.
It was a good place. When you make it a business, did you find, were you afraid that it would take some of the joy out of the performing, or out of the, because I think a lot of people want to follow their passion, but then once they go to school for it, they're like, God, you're taking away all the fun out of what I want to do. Was that your experience?
Right. In a way, it's like it gets a lot more technical and it gets, less fun doing like business stuff. But then I think like of all of the work I could be doing, this is definitely the work I prefer.
So tell me about your musical process, because 2020 was obviously crazy. So I love to ask creatives like you how you pivoted, how you shifted. Did you find you collaborated more? Did you write a lot more? Were you motivated? Did you utilize 2020 for the shutdown in a positive way, or was it just all completely negative for you?
For a little bit, I was thrown off because my plan had been to start performing in Nashville like exactly around that time. And I was like, oh, that's definitely
that's not happening.
Yeah. But I just looked at it as an opportunity to grow my online following and my catalog. And I feel like changing my perspective to that really helped me make the most of it.
Yeah, I think the perspective change was a big deal. Did you find that did your music change at all? Your writing process, or did you shift anything in the way that your songs might come out, or the theme behind them, or did you pretty much stay the same, stay the course?
A little bit. I've definitely connected with a lot more artists like around the world, which I think is really cool since everyone is like living online pretty much, or
Right.
was at a certain point. So I started collaborating with people like across the country. And that was a really cool part of it. It just like made me realize how much you can do from home.
Well, that's the thing. I think the collaboration's so cool, especially from across the world. Is it hard? Because a lot of people, they talk about their jam sessions, their writing sessions. Everybody's together in one room. Was it difficult to have somebody on a Zoom call? I guess is what I'm guessing when you're trying to write a song, or was it good? Were you able to adapt to that?
In some ways it can be harder to kind of like musically collaborate over like a Zoom call if I was trying to like write a song. But honestly, I'm such a like solo artist through and through. I like to just like live in my mind, so it doesn't bother me too much to have to do it all on my own.
What inspires you to what are the themes? Of course, as you get older, your themes change. The inspiration for your music changes. What is it that inspires you now? Is it other people? Is it personal stuff? Is it what's going on in the world? Everybody always likes to know what's the impetus behind it. What your music? Tell us.
I definitely started writing as a way to, just cope with what life was throwing my way or like what was heavy on my mind. But now I like to definitely think about like the broader impact that my music will have on people. Like I always want there to be a positive that you can take out of it. And I try to think of like, what would I need to hear? Like, what would I want to tell my teenage self? Because that's a large part of like the music fan base. So I want to make sure I'm like putting out good things.
Well, that they can receive the message and get it, and that they appreciate it, which is kind of cool that you think about them. I was going to ask you what the process is. Are you thinking about, because there's some artists that they're going to get their message out whether anybody wants to hear it or not. And then there are some artists that are like, yeah, I know my fan base. I want to make them happy, yet I still want to make myself happy. So there's a kind of a balance there.
Yeah. I feel like when there's issues that like weigh heavily on me and it's hard to speak up on, I try to think like of all the people who haven't been able to speak up about that like in the past, and I'm like, I need to do it for them.
I love that. So what's it like having a fan base? Um, because we come a lot. You had a whole bunch of people pop on live, by the way. It's been all over. I love it. So obviously that your fans love you.
Oh,
What's that like? Is the adoration hard to take, or have you had to learn how to say thank you to a whole bunch of people that love what you're doing?
it's definitely been something I've had to like learn to navigate because at first I really tried to like individually respond to every single person, and then I realized like that's taking a lot of time out of
I
my
do.
day.
Yeah.
Even though I love all like my fans so much, like I can't do it without them. But it's just something that you have to be aware that like people are watching you, people are watching what you're doing. You got to put forward um, something positive into the world, and not you know, I just want to use my power for good.
Right. Well, they do pay attention. That's a really big point. People are watching. They watch. I have people comment on shows that I didn't even know were fans or following me. And
Right.
so it's amazing what can go on out there that you just don't know, which is one of the reasons why I love live, because it's one and done, and then I don't have to think about editing it or trying to make it all pretty. It's either pretty or it's not, and I love it both ways. All right, let's talk about music. So tell us a little bit about what you're going to perform for us and maybe the story behind it.
So today I wanted to perform a song that has been out for a little bit, Ghost, which I wrote about actually an issue that had been like weighing on me for a while, just like a best friend that I had lost that um it's kind of about the feeling of like missing someone that you think you already should have moved on from, or like you know you shouldn't miss this person, yet you can't control your feelings.
Right. Oh, I love
So
that. All right, I'm going to take myself off, and Rose Starring is going to perform. I love that name, by the way, Rose Starring.
oh,
All
thank
right, Rose, it's
you.
all you.
All right. Let me grab my guitar. Oops. every day when you left me. Pretty cool of you to know I care, I guess. But despite all the ways you resent me, I've learned to live with that A on my chest. See, you left in the summer and it turned my veins ice cold like the winter, so I changed my name. Numbed up my feelings with Novocaine and I cut you out. But still sometimes I fall until I miss you. I never really thought I'd have to. I never really thought I'd live to see a day without your love. I know I shouldn't miss you, but even in my dreams I miss you. I never really thought I'd live to see a day without your love. I'm a ghost of your touch. Never say never, I never thought that you would leave. But blue's always been the most beautiful color on me. And now I know that pain and beauty are so close, and pretty buildings harbor ghosts, so at least I'm not alone with my regret. See, you left in the summer and it turned my veins ice cold like the winter, so I changed my name. Numbed up my feelings with Novocaine and I cut you out. But still sometimes I fall until I miss you. I never really thought I'd have to. I never really thought I'd live to see a day without your love. I know I shouldn't miss you, but even in my dreams I miss you. I never really thought I'd live to see a day without your love. I'm the ghost of your touch. I'm the ghost of your love. I'm the ghost of love. I'm the ghost of your touch. I'm the ghost of your love.
That was beautiful. I was not, so I take myself off. The audience knows this, but you might not. I take it off because in case you're really bad, I can't hide it on my face. Swear to God. So I learned that once because my face gives it away. That was so good. I'm so surprised. I wasn't expecting that. Your voice sounds different than I expected. I expected something. It's very sultry and old school, old soulful, very soulful. And so not that, that's why I love to be surprised. I don't ever listen to the music beforehand. Because I really want to be surprised. Just, it's real good to be surprised in a good way. So that was really beautiful. How would you describe that music? Because everybody always likes to know, well, she pop. That's not necessarily pop. That's very soulful to me.
Thank you. I would describe it as like indie alternative pop-ish, because it's not quite pop, but it's not quite there in like folk or anything either.
Yes,
so.
Correct. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Thank you so much.
All right. Did you say you wanted to perform a second one? Because we actually have time if you'd like, or we can just, okay, good. All right. That was really, really good. I loved it. All right. Tell us about the second one.
All right. So this second one is actually coming out this Thursday, the 6th. So I'm super excited about that.
Woohoo!
Yes. And it's called Denial because it's the first song in my upcoming EP, Stages of Grief, which is literally each track is a stage of grief.
What a cool theme.
Thank you so much. It all started with this one because I wanted to write a song that just encapsulated being in that state of denial, like even musically, like that false heaven.
So cool. Love it. All right. Denial by Rose Starring.
All right. And I'm going to pivot over to the piano.
Ooh.
But I think this should work out well. There we go. Yeah, this should be pretty. Sorry, my cat is wanting to.
Hi, Kitty. It's all right. We've had dogs, cats, kids. That's what's great about live.
His name is Elvis, and I think it was like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, I love it. Hi, Elvis.
He's quite a vocalist, so if he joins in, it's just part of the fun.
I love it.
Let's see here. This isn't happening. Our world isn't collapsing. You're not really gone. Our love was strong. I'm just panicking. This can't be real. No, 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 no. I don't know what my deal is. Maybe this is just another one of all my mental illnesses. Oh, you take away the light, something isn't right. You're out of sight, but in my mind, angels don't belong in hell. No, you and I were doing well. Draw a knife right through me, keep me fending for myself. But angels don't belong in hell. You must have misspoke. Or maybe this is just a fucked up joke. You already told your friends about it. God, I'm gonna choke. Just the other day you told me I was yours forever. Soon we'll be back and we'll just laugh about when we were severed. You take away the light, something isn't right. You're out of sight, but in my mind, angels don't belong in hell. No, you and I were doing well. Carve a knife right through me, leave me fending for myself. But angels don't belong in hell.
I love that one. I mean, I love the first one, but I really, really, really loved that one. You can hit that low range and then go high. You must have a a broad range, because you can go to those low tones and it doesn't sound like you're down on the floor. It sounds real and feeling and legit. I loved it. I thought that was so good. It sounded painful, and I mean the experience that you're going through. Right? So I loved it. You could feel it. That was excellent. It was really, really good. Amazing. So that's coming up, right? That's being released Thursday, May 6th, Denial. All right, tell everybody how to get your music and how to find out about Rose Starring.
So the links to all my socials are on my website, rosestarring.com, but pretty much anywhere, I think if you type Rose space starring, I should pop up in some way, shape, or form. I've tried to make it easy to find.
You really did. You really did. Y'all go out and support our artists. Rose is talented, but you know, they all had to pivot and shift in 2020. So everybody's coming back in 2021. Download her music, buy her music, follow her online stuff, whatever she's doing. If you want to get involved in what Rose Starring is doing, make sure you go to rosestarring.com or just type in Rose Starring on any of the social media platforms and you will find her. Thank you so much. That was excellent. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. This is so much fun.
So much fun. I loved it. I love being entertained. And I was definitely entertained. That was beautiful. All right. rosestarring.com. You guys go out and support Rose. Get her music.